So I was originally going to make a video analyzing the Gothic elements of Krampus, but I decided not to because that movie is just too scary. Instead, I've decided to analyze the Gothic elements of A Christmas Carol, the version with Jim Carrey. This film is a very close adaptation to the novel by Charles Dickens and therefore retains a lot of the same elements. Dickens intentionally told this story in a way that was meant to evoke terror in its readers. He also does something that is not often done with ghost stories, which is give it a happy ending. He wanted to make the journey to the ending as horrifying as he could in order to have a much more satisfying conclusion. To evoke this terror, Dickens utilizes several different conventions of Gothic literature. First of all, Dickens describes the majority of the novel's settings in a very gloomy way, which we see translated well into the film. There's a constant sense of negativity in the atmosphere in a way that leaves the audience on the edge of their seat. Another extremely present element within this story is obviously ghosts. Or spirits. Dickens refers to them as ghosts, they call themselves ghosts, but then freaking Scrooge has to be a special snowflake and call them spirits. The entire plot revolves around these things. Scrooge is visited by the ghost of his former partner in business, followed by the ghost of Christmas past, present, and yet to come. Could have just said future. Dickens uses a rather unique and unforgettable form of storytelling within Gothic literature that is timeless. These ghosts are here to tell you a story and take you on an adventure, while simultaneously scaring the crap out of you. Speaking of scaring the crap out of you, another main Gothic element that is used is terror. I read somewhere that this is the kind of story that is meant to be told to a group around a campfire to keep them from being able to sleep at night. I don't remember where I read that from. Is it plagiarism if I tell you that it's not my own words? I hope not, or I might have just failed this class. Terror is an ever-present convention in this film. This story was intentionally designed to be scary. Even when it's not actively scaring you, it can be pretty unsettling. For example, the Ghost of Christmas Present. His character design is not very terrifying, but it successfully keeps you uncomfortable throughout the scene. Then he starts dying and is scary again. As I stated earlier, this is also meant to heighten the relief at the film's conclusion when Scrooge is made it out of the supernatural and transforms into a better man. Fun fact, in 4th grade, this was the first scary movie I watched, and the primary reason that I avoided scary movies, stories, haunted houses, Six Flags in October, etc. until about last year. Anyway, the final elements of this film that I'd like to discuss are the tombs and ultimately the theme of death that lingers throughout the entire story. The story begins with Scrooge's partner dying. It then fast forwards 7 years when his ghost appears to Scrooge to warn him of what awaits to him after death if he is to continue down the path that he is on. There's also a point at the beginning of the film where Scrooge refuses to donate to a charity trying to help the poor and starving. Scrooge says that he hopes they die in order to decrease the surplus population. This is brought up later in the film when the Ghost of Christmas Present shows Scrooge a child that has died from hunger, and whose death is now breaking the hearts of many people that Scrooge knows. Finally, the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come shows Scrooge what things will be like after he passes away if he continues down the path that he's on. He's shown that there's not a single person that would be upset by his passing. In fact, when he asks the spirit to show him if there's anyone that feels anything in their heart because of his passing, the spirit just shows people who are happy that he's gone, who are in fact celebrating his death. Then, using tombs, the ghost then proceeds to scare the crap out of Scrooge and 4th grade me. In conclusion, A Christmas Carol uses Gothic elements to convey a story with a powerful message that will probably stick around with anyone who's heard it for the rest of their lives. And that's pretty dope. I'm done. Thanks for watching. You know what you should do? You should subscribe to DJ Genius on YouTube. That's me. That's my YouTube channel. Got some cool stuff. It's got the Don't Smoke Weed song. Definitely very serious song there. It's got some other stuff. I've got a film coming out pretty soon, actually. Here's my favorite shot from it. Someone actually got shot. That's actually a huge spoiler. Sorry about that. That's gonna be cool though. Go subscribe. I just realized... Wait. The only thing we're doing is taking the final. This probably isn't gonna get shown in class. Hi, professor. Feel free to subscribe to me. That's the end. I need to pass. Goodbye.